KPRC2 News begins right now with breaking news.
A suspect is taken away on a stretcher after an hours-long standoff with law enforcement.
This all started as a traffic stop involving an 18-wheeler that turned into a chase and then a standoff on the East Freeway near Sheldon Road. We've been watching this closely and following every step of the way. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on KPRC2 News at 5. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And Mandy Sirota, that standoff included law enforcement officials using heavy equipment to bust out windows and tear the passenger door off that semi. Our Gage Goulding is on the scene now with what we know so far. Gage.
Yeah, what we know now is that traffic here on I-10 is finally moving for the first time in about almost 4 hours. Remember, this whole incident kind of started just before 1 p.m. and for more than 3 hours following a slow speed chase, traffic has been at an absolute standstill. And Sheriff Ed Gonzalez saying that they were using some heavy equipment to actually get inside of this tractor trailer after several failed methods, including non-lethal or less lethal, using gas, using all kind of different resources. They then had to revert to this person just staying cooped up in this tractor trailer. I want you to just listen to the sheriff. He just spoke with us moments ago about how they kind of came up with the game plan to get this guy out.
They did have to physically remove him out. He was holding on. It appeared that he was still in a driving motion, still revving up the engine, appearing like he was driving. So, but just had to get him out physically.
Yeah, they used that physical force to remove this driver who has not yet been identified. All we know right now, he's a male, Hispanic male in his 30s or 40s. One question that I did ask is, what's the motive behind all of this? There was obviously a lot of effort to stay behind the wheel of that vehicle and not comply with law enforcement orders. So you can hear still working very heavily in the background as this area is just congested. And the sheriff answered that it was some clear signs of impairment. Now, exactly what that means, that's something that the investigation will have to tell us here as it unfolds. Another really good piece of information that we know is at this time there were no weapons from the suspect side of things. So that's something that the sheriff was very thankful for, and something that kind of made this situation a little bit more mellow in that sense, is that there was never an exchange of gunfire or anything like that. But as to why this happened and exactly what caused it, that's still some information that we should be getting from the sheriff's office shortly. And that honk right there, that's some good news, because this is the first time we have seen any traffic coming on to the I-10 eastbound ramp. So this is essentially right here, what you're seeing is people heading towards the Beaumont area from Houston. So this is good news that you just saw. Those were the first couple cars, and these people, they have been waiting for hours. I'm live. Gage Goulding, KPRC2 News.
Yeah, it looked like a parking lot for hours out there this afternoon.
Get the traffic moving. Yeah. Thanks,
Gage, thank you. Our KPRC